So guys, it's been a long time since I updated the channel on what I'm doing, where I'm at on the car. Obviously you can tell the car's on the trailer back there. Heading to the dyno right now. So in between the last time I posted about the Volvo and this car, there's been a lot of issues that I thought would take maybe an hour here, hour there, that take 6 times as long. The turbo's been sent back to Texas twice, and just like really struggling with the new EFI system. So it is finally time to dyno, and I'm happy that I'm not dealing with the tuning anymore. Once the tuning is close, I think it'll be a lot easier to learn fuel tech from there. Just a lot of setup stuff that I don't really understand why it's so difficult to make it more user-friendly. And I guess as someone who's used both now, Holley's more geared towards Gen 3 and up stuff that has cam crank sensors, so they have basically like default tabs for things, where fuel tech is made for anything. And I guess that's why they justify it being more difficult to learn. It is running sequential now, and I'm not running an idle air control valve because I guess fuel tech struggles to control it. And I guess that's the biggest hang up the last little bit, is I can't get the thing, like it wants to either idle at 1300 RPM and like idle, and then it'll pull all the timing out of it because it's trying to control it down to 1000. It'll pull all the timing out of it down to like 1 or 2 degrees, get the exhaust like boiling hot, and it'll run like that. But then you go to try to close the throttle blade a little bit, and it doesn't want to run. It doesn't want to start. It doesn't want to idle after it starts. And I guess I don't know the software good enough to figure it out. So we're taking it up here to Northern Performance, Kenny Dangler, and like I've told a few people, like I don't know if it's me being not super optimistic, but with all the problems I've had, I would not be surprised if we have more problems. And I think if we run into a problem, he's going to be the best one qualified to fix it and figure it out and all that stuff. He'll probably go through and fix the stuff that I couldn't fix in days, in minutes, because he's used to the system and he's like a really brilliant tuner. So I've been hounding him about tuning a car, and I feel like I finally have an engine in a car set up that is worth paying him to do it. So that's where we're heading. I'll show you a couple of videos from dyno and give you kind of like a overview. I don't want to shove the camera in his face and interview him. If he doesn't want to, then I won't. So mostly just show you guys dyno videos of the car, tell you what it made afterwards, and we'll talk about it. Well guys, I don't know if I filmed every pull on the dyno. I don't know how much of it I missed. I didn't really get any video of, you know, Kenny talking about it. He was, I don't hear very well because I work around heavy equipment anyways, and he just talks really soft, so it was hard for me to hear a lot of what he said, and I kind of felt bad asking him to repeat it. So I was just kind of focused on that rather than filming it. Not everybody loves the camera shoved in their face anyways. So we got a few issues, a few things that I knew may be a problem. The turbo is hitting the housing, so third time is not the charm apparently for VS. And that's something I guess I'm gonna have to look at this winter, is going to a different turbo. Not only brand, but Kenny kind of explained it to me with this only being 353 inch. And excuse me, I'm really sweaty right now, but it's really hot outside. This only being 353 inch, and it being a 55 GT55 turbo, the exhaust wheel on it is so big and heavy that you really have to wing it on a small cubic inch motor, and then by the time it actually gets caught up, it overshoots. And we've seen it on the dyno. It was like it would make like when we first hit it on the dyno, he commanded 7, it made 16 and was climbing. So it hit, go, and then level back out to whatever you commanded, but it's gonna be a nightmare to tune on low prep if it's like, I guess, creeping. It does level off, but I guess I'm just gonna run it until, you know, I don't want to down the car again. I don't have the money for a new turbo right now. I don't think Tim's gonna send me my money back on it. Maybe I'm wrong. The guy that sold me the turbo, he texted me and asked me how it was going because Kenny posted something about it, and I said, well, I don't remember how he said it. He said, what's it making? And I said, a groove in the compressor housing, which I don't think I can shove the camera in there to film it, but it wasn't there when we started. So couple oil leaks. The radiator fan quit working, which I'm hoping is just a fuse, but I got back late last night and just shoved it in the garage, and I haven't even looked at it. I don't even know what I had for a fuse in it. I think that thing probably pulls 18 to 20 amps. So if I had a 15 or a 20, it might have spiked it. The bump is working intermittently. I didn't have the trans brake set up correctly, or I didn't have it enabled in the map. Just stuff that I don't really know Fuel Tech that well. The air to water worked great. It didn't melt ice near as fast as I thought. We iced it down after the third pull, which, like I said, I don't know how many. I think we made 5, and the car ended up making 1074 on 19.5 to 20 pounds. I would have liked to made a pull at 30, even though Kenny kept saying I looked like I was nervous. I just didn't want to paint his wall with this turbo if it grenaded. So I'm going to try to put the slicks on it and try to just make a dry hop hit with no prep out on a road somewhere this week at some point, but it's supposed to be like just boiling hot, so I might not. Yeah. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I know I haven't been updating, and yeah.